Nebraska just saw a bunch more players enter the transfer portal over the past couple hours. So in today's video, I'm going to go over every single one of those guys. Who are they? Are any of them losses? And overall, my instant reaction. So really quick, we have a lot to get into. Hit that like button. If you're excited about getting some transfer commits, I know I am. And hey, if you are unsubscribed and you're a diehard Husker fan, this is the time to subscribe. We are in the midst of portal season, and I post daily videos talking about Nebraska football, transfers, commits, coaching carousel, whatever it is, I got you covered. So if you're a diehard fan, make sure to subscribe for the latest on your favorite team. You will be thanking yourself that you did. But without further ado, let's get into it, going over every single player that entered the transfer portal for Nebraska over the past couple hours. I want to get things started with arguably the biggest name who entered, Nate Borkacher, the Huskers tight end, is now in the transfer portal. Now, this isn't too much of a surprise. Again, he walked at senior day. There's been murmurs of this over the past couple of weeks. But this is a little bit of a loss for Nebraska. Nate Borkacher, people forget how well he played at the end of the season. Again, was really good versus Wisconsin. I thought he had a good game versus Iowa. Arguably the best blocking tight end on Nebraska's roster. But with that being said, probably not that big of a loss because the Titans are going to be just fine. Again, we have Card Nelson going to his to true position next year. Again, once he gets weight on him, he will be a tight end. You bring back Thomas Fedoni more likely than not. You have Mac Markway, who's a guy people forget about. Luke Lindenmeyer, a bunch of other tight ends. So I feel good about that room going forward. Nate Borkacher, I wish him the best of luck. But that is a little bit of a loss because that's a guy who got on the field for Nebraska and was playing pretty good football at the end of his tenure here. So that's the first guy. Jacob Hood entered the transfer portal for Nebraska. He's been here the last 2 years as an offensive tackle, originally transferred in from Georgia. I had some high expectations for Jacob Hood. I really thought, he was a guy who was a very high four-star recruit coming out of high school. I really thought that was a good transfer pickup, but at the end of the day, he never played, and when he did play, really wasn't that great, and he wasn't going to start next year. So wish Jacob Hood the best of luck. That's not really a loss, but it hurts our depth in the offensive line room even more. Our depth's horrendous. We need to get some transfers. We need 2 or 3 transfers of offensive linemen. That's no question about it. So Jacob Hood's in the portal. Isaiah McMorris just entered the transfer portal for Nebraska. That is a guy. I should talk about Davon Hall too. Isaiah McMorris and Davon Hall both entered the transfer portal over the past couple of days. Both those guys were 4-star recruits coming out of Omaha, Bellevue West guys. A lot of people had lofty expectations for them. But as I told you guys all fall, I expected all 3 Bellevue West boys to enter. Kalen, McMorris, and Davon Hall. Listen, specifically talking about these wide receivers, when you get to college, you are expected to, perform at a certain level off the field. Get ready to go, always show up to practice on time, always, learn the playbook, have a good mindset. Not saying those guys didn't do that, but a lot of wide receivers, specifically those guys, they struggle with just the stuff off the field, getting ready to go for a college program, and that's really kind of the where it all stemmed from. So I wish those guys the best of luck. They have good potentials, but didn't work out here. And then when Kalen was unhappy, it kind of made sense that they were gone. A.J. Rollins is in the portal. That's the guy who was an Omaha kid as well, 1 year of eligibility left, played tight end, then played on the defense, then played tight end. Just a guy who really never worked out in Nebraska. So, there's a bunch of non-sequiturs basically entered the transfer portal. Again, Keona Davis did come back. And I want to give you guys a little bit of a quick note on Keona Davis. Nebraska wanted Keona Davis back more than any other transfer who entered. And they wanted him back more than Jamari Butler, more than Prince William Manmiel. When he entered, they started panicking. They said, how can we get this guy back? They upped his NIL. They gave him some promises. That's the reason he came back. But, again, they wanted him back more than Prince Will. They wanted him back more than Jamari. Obviously, those are hits. But they understand how important young talent is for this team. And, Prince Will is a guy who was super young, but they expected Prince Will to leave. That wasn't shocking for the staff. That wasn't shocking. This one was kind of shocking. They really like Keona Davis. I think he's a good culture fit, and he is back for Nebraska officially. Also want to mention Dwight Boodle in the portal. That was a guy who was the brother of DiCaprio Boodle. So, again, kind of a legacy, just a brother. A lot of people had some lofty expectations for him. I never really was a big Dwight Boodle guy. A lot of people hyped him up in the offseason. I was telling you guys, I just don't think Dwight Boodle's going to play. There's a lot better DB talent, so I wish Dwight Boodle the best of luck. But, overall, those are the guys. Oh, Brody Tagaloa entered. I liked him a lot coming out of high school, but he had some significant off-the-field injuries. He got in a car crash about a year ago and just never been the same player. So that's just really unfortunate for Brody, but he's in the portal, so maybe he could find some success elsewhere. So those are the guys who really entered over the past 24 or 48 hours that I wanted to address. Nate Borkacher, a little bit of a loss, but the Bellevue West boys, we call it what it is. Those guys were busts. All of them 4 stars, all of them transferring out after 1 year. Now, I think that it's kind of we need to be a little bit more careful when recruiting these Omaha kids going forward, because Omaha's talent, but some of these Omaha kids just don't pan out for whatever reason. I don't know why. There's a lot of 4 stars that come out of Omaha, but the hit rate is not great looking back on it. So let me know down below your thoughts about every single player that's entered the portal for Nebraska over the past couple hours. Do you think any of these guys are a loss? And who are you hoping for us to get in the portal very, very soon? All right, guys, let me know in the comment section. Appreciate all of you guys and your support. Again, let me know down below. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go Pregame, go Rhule, and see you in the next one.